Hello everybody, this is James with The Game Will Play Itself, and this is some more TGWPIS FC. We've got Craig here. Our good old boy. Actually, can we edit his nickname? Yeah, we'll remove his nickname now. Craig Walters. He's not playing for us anymore. We sent him to Dorncaster. They came in with a bid of 41,000, and we said, yep, sure, that sounds good. He only played for us twice this year. Obviously, big for us in the first 2 years, was a solid performer. But really, with the wages he was on and everything he had going for him, just kind of good to get him off. He's a fringe player there. There's some doubts on this stuff. He can be fickle, unambitious, doesn't like playing in big matches. So that was the reason why we decided to move him on. Another big one, as you're going to see here, Ali. Ali also went. He was great for us in the Southern Premier League, and just a good player. And this year he was doing good, but he just was so inconsistent recently that we got a good bid in from Hall of Valuation plus 50% sell-on clause. And it was like, yeah, perfect time to get him. And you can see he's obviously gone up to the Sky Bet Championship. He's made 2 starts, one off the bench, and, well, inconsistency is there. You saw, obviously, Darby go out, and then there hasn't really been any more ins since we've talked. Obviously, you saw in the last episode, Alex and Newfor have come in, and we have been playing with them and just winning some games, getting some good results. Pedro, we played a rotated side last time out. Pedro got the goals, or I keep calling him Pedro. It's not. It's Herrera got the goals along with Richard Wheeler, Kading and Sam Newfor, Philip Hancock Donaldson. You know, we really found a nice kind of group of players here now. That being said, doesn't mean that we're not looking for people to come in. And I've made a few transfer offers here. James O'Connor is a center back from Ireland, from Combe Wanderers, £950. Maybe a good. He's just he's a 6 foot nut of center back, good coverage. Could be, decent for throwing a 950 quid at it. Probably pretty good. Bentone Agana we didn't even have to pay anything for him. He's a Cameroonian center back, 5'11", a little bit short. Maybe can try to retrain him as a left back or a right back, but no transfer fee. He wasn't on any wages, and obviously going to get him on 3,000. But that means he can play for our under-19s. Work at getting that citizenship. Maybe get him English citizenship, and then he can play in the team. We have got Marcelav Valdez, a Czech 17-year-old who's joining us in the summer for £600,000. Not too bad. Once again, now that since we signed him, we can see his attributes. 6'2", okay physicals, mentals, teamwork, determination, bravery, and aggression. Work rate is good. Heading and tackling is good. 17-year-old, I think he can definitely grow into being one of our next center backs. And we have a offer in for $600,000 for Gregi Gerberdov, a Russian midfielder at Dynamo Teriev. Looks like he could be pretty good. He's got a chance for first touch, heading, aggression, determination. Could be probably a good defensive midfielder, but I like the looks of him. And he'd be our most expensive signing, but definitely worth something there. Mario Mancelli. Just another interesting Italian midfielder here. Fairly professional, has got a lot of good stats. And for $250,000 coming in June, once again, another guy we can kind of look at developing through, especially because of all the rotation we have going on here. And then finally, for £19,000, we have Lorenzo Garinelli, who looks to be a very interesting Italian striker. Now, once again, we're not in the contract negotiation stage, but he looks like he could be another interesting one. I mean, we have the payroll and we have the transfer budget for this. And also with moving those guys along, we've taken a lot of wage bill off. So it could be interesting. On the way outs, Robert Lee, he's going to be joining Cork at the end of the year. He's all right center back, but I'm not too hard-pressed to see him go. Bondswell has offers from New York. We've said no. And Luke Ball is in contract negotiations with Rochdale. So another one of our long-standing left mids possibly going out. We did accept a lot lower than his value, but he's on his last year of his contract. Happy to get something from him. And then also it's another £1,000 off the wages. But that's not why you're all here. We have matches today. It's FA Cup 5th round. And it is TGWPIS FC versus Manchester United. Jesse Lingard out with a broken foot. But that's... I don't know if they've got a pretty strong squad here. I've been kind of racking my brain about who and what we got to bring on. Sam Hughes is injured, so he won't feature today. So we have McNamara, who's probably, and Bartlett. I almost want to bring Chapman on. Let's compare the two. Chapman. Now, Bartlett is better physically. He's better mentally, and defensively, Chapman is a bit better. So we may want to do that because, yeah, with Chapman being the better defensive player, it could work in our favor. So let's just compare. Let's just do this. We bring Chapman over here for Bartlett. McNamara is going to be is there. Holman, we don't need on the bench because I want Tyler there. Herrera for sure. Eggington, who's taken over as our third choice center back. Newfar, definitely. Herrera, Thompson. That's right. Thompson has really come into his own here. But I think it's actually better if we bring in Bartlett for him. So we got two. We can play defense. Newfar can play all across the line and a striker. Seb, perfect. Now they've been trying to get me to play Donaldson through the middle since Hughes is right, and I think that's fair. Donaldson, though short, can definitely play that attacking midfielder role, and Wheeler can come in on that left and play as the not even an inverted winger, but an inside forward. I think he fits that role really well. But this is who we're going to go with: Mackenzie in goal. Back four of McNamara, Shaw, Larethru, and Chapman. Lawrence and Kedding in the midfield. Now, interesting things. Kedding and Lawrence, I got to sign new contracts. So they are going to be here for a long period of time. It's also stopped people from trying to bid for them. Because we were getting like $10 million and $15 million bids. And also Shaw, I got to hand down a new contract too. Tied him down for a little while. And I think Larethru also signed a new deal. So we've kind of got this middle core four of our team set for a little while. Hopefully. And we'll see how we do against Manchester City United. I'm not looking to. I think actually we're going to go cautious here. Play more kind of attacking. Bench is going to be Molyneux, Eggington, Herrera, Newfar, Sheb, Tyancott, and Bartlett. We'll submit the team and see what we can do at Old Trafford. I've got Martial, Rashford, Gomes, Chong. This is a new guy. Did they just get him in? From Brighton. He's pretty good. Pogba, Maguire, Shaw, Lindelof, Dodo, and De Gea. So they're taking this seriously. Well, it's good to see. Let's go to the dressing room here. Pep talk. Got nothing to just go out there and show everybody what we're capable of, and then just tell them I have faith. I mean, here we are. We've got our loney striker who's only made 3 appearances for us, starting and leading the line. Both teams have come into this one in good form. We just kickoff. We're a very good team. We have the relish to challenge and good form to put dent in their aspirations. As the leading scorers in the FA, we're the leading scorers in the FA Cup. Constantly scoring goals. He's a fine player. Pogba is. It's a very strong team. All right, we're gonna do this for this one. Key highlights is fine, but we are going to go into director mode to watch this for any of the highlights, because I think with a game this big, you definitely want to be in. We want to see the highlights here as Chapman's on it, and we are looking to what we're building here as Bondswell finds it. heads it over. De Gea saves. And are they going to look to build here? Yes, kick it long. McNamara's on it. Finds Shaw. Back to McNamara. To Shaw. A little dangerous here as Wheeler heads it down as they find their boy Murdrove, and now they're building here. Chong on it. Being pressured. McNamara to Ketting. Back to McNamara. Long ball. Finds Phillip, who's one-on-one with the keeper, and De Gea has to make a good save. And we've looked threatening at Old Trafford. As a kick-off corner to us, Donaldson's ball in. Clears everybody. And I guess it was just a push. All right. I am going to, let's see, no, we won't do director. We should do TV. Yeah, that's a little bit more pulled back. It'll be a little bit less hectic for us, too. As we look, we have been the stronger side in possession and shots here. And defensively solid, but there's yellow cards there to these guys. They're a little bit worrying. Now the half goes. Now as Gomez is on it. Corner comes in. Phillip clears. We've got everybody back here in defense. Gomez finds Martial. And 30 minutes in, and they break the defense. You got to feel it's a little bit against the run of play here. As Gomez, Phillip heads it out. Rashford finds Gomez again. Does he get onside? Martial is onside. That's difficult defending, and maybe McKenzie could have done better there. So we'll see the onside. Yep, he is very onside. But that puts them 1-0 to the good at the halfway mark. And Shaw's looking a little anxious. Everybody's looking motivated, though. And people are playing not playing well, but there's not much really change I could do. As Chapman heads it down, but only as far as Chong. Maguire's on it. Back to Dodo. They find Meherb. Chong's on it. Back to Pogba. Lawrence tackles. Alex gets it. Now we can on the break. Donaldson's on it. Dribbles past his man. And keeps going. And he fires at the goal. De Gea just barely blocks it down. And highlight back to us as Bondswell's now on it. So we were looking threatening, but Shaw kicks it. Gets it onto Martial, who just blows by everybody. Shoots, and it's side netting. Again, this is a very open game. And I got to admit, Fouls 13-1. Yeah, we've been the better form, but we gotta tell you out there, we've been the better. I think this is true. We've been the better team. They keep doing, we'll be fine. Faith to improve, faith to improve, faith to improve. We'll start the second half. I don't think there's any changes we need to make just yet. It's just there's a throw into them. Shaw gets it to Pogba, who pushes off the tackle. Rashford, wow, just lashes it. The defense held their line, but nobody came over to account for Rashford. And now they're up 2-0. We look at this again as Pogba, you see, clears it, and Rashford, nobody comes up to catch him. And he just lashes it past McKenzie. And, well, now 2-0 down. We have to start thinking about, do we want to go for this game or do we not want to shout? Tell them to show some passion. That fired him up. Good. Wheeler has been having a rough game. As I'm pausing, and Gomez is there. Chong gets it. Larathru, all right, penalties given up here. Who's on that for them? Rashford. 3-0. Rashford sends McKenzie the wrong way. All right, we'll make some changes here now. Phillip will come off for Hancock. Wheeler, who's not having a good game, will take off for Samuel just to get him on, get him to have a taste. Let's get Larathru off and get Eggington on, only because I don't want him to get sent off and suspended. He just came back from suspension, and I really do need him in the league. And let the tactical changes go through. We kind of don't need to see that. All right. And just for ha-has, we'll go attacking. We'll attack against Manchester United. Yeah, this is going to go really well. But it's worth kind of giving it a shot. It's the worst camp. We're already down and losing. As Greenwood's behind us, that makes it 4. and it's Chelsea all over again. It just shows that we are not a Premier League quality side yet. But the fact that we're able to at least go with them for the first 30 minutes shows we've got some ability. They bring on Dele Alli. Oh yeah, just Dele Alli to round it out. As I think they're just sitting back now, content with it. Rashford's cut us open. We haven't really played horrible. Not anybody I would say you can really blame on this. As there's a throw in to us. McNamara gets it to Donaldson, who finds Tyler, who, that was their best shot of the second half, as De Gea makes a good save. And Donaldson's on a corner kick, headed away. Lawrence is going to be first to get there, and we're going to maybe... Nope, has highlights over. We could have said maybe Tyler could have scored against them, but that's the final, or that's us out of the FA Cup. 4-0 to Manchester United. We've kind of found our ceiling here. Especially, I'm pleased with your performance. Okay, they didn't like that. We'll just leave now. just go. Now, the board, we're only looking for 4th round. I will attend the press conference. It gives us a chance to focus elsewhere. I'm not concerned these big matches are going to be judged in isolation. Leo Solskjaer will certainly be thinking he got the better of you in this build. Not at all. Chat, no hard feelings to be said about it. No things about it. Was quite simply we just didn't have our share of the breaks. I think that's fair. Such a disappointing result means that back to the training ground. I promised squad a day off if they were successful. There's no need to panic over deviate from plans. We all have, that's fine. I want to keep them on the pitch. You can do it effectively. I think the fans' reaction. I thought the reaction was disappointing. Is my opinion. Terms were changed. All right. There's our money, and we have a bunch of contracts here to negotiate, which looks I'm happy to do. But now that we're out of the FA Cup, where does this leave us? Well, probably come here for March, I'll say, because we've another fun thing that's happened while we've been gone. If I can show the variant, we've already got the playoffs, which means we're not too many. We're only a few points away from winning the league. So I think win the league, come back from Regen Day. Yeah, come back for Regens in March, and then if we're still in the FA Trophy, maybe the FA Trophy finale. As we'll be looking to be in the Vanarama National League next year, which is the hardest league to get out of in all of football. Manager. Yeah, only one promotion spot, which Halifax has at the moment. And they're bringing York. Have they been yo-yoing? No, they've been pretty much a Vanarama team for a while now. Barnet. Oh, Barnet. Barnet. But I think that ends this for episode for today. Loss, but the only blip on the and an otherwise perfect season. Can't all be invincibles. Yep, come back in March, probably between Kingswood and Blythe. That will be when our regens come through. We'll look at the regens together. So until then, I've been James. This has been The Game Will Play Itself. Hopefully you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.